news conference on your off-season goals list or not?
No, not even anywhere close. This is pretty cool. This is pretty cool so far.
So, what's the first week been like for you? Has it been at times, Stephen, a little overwhelming just because, I mean, you're off to this phenomenal start and become such a big story?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said before, I didn't even know I was going to make the team. So to have that, find some success, and then kind of all this going on, it's overwhelming. I think is a pretty good word, but I think I've been navigating really well. Got some older guys to kind of lean on with that, so it's been a good process so far.
Did you hear from anybody this week you hadn't heard from in a long time?
Yeah, definitely out of the woodworks.
Anybody stand out or?
Just some old travel ball teammates. I went to like a private school from kindergarten to fourth grade, and somehow they found me. I got some cousins who I hadn't seen in a while who are now like 10 years old with an Instagram, so they're DMing me. That was pretty cool. But that was, a lot of people for sure.
Stephen, did you grow up a Giants fan? Because I've noticed that your bio said that Buster Posey was your favorite player.
Yeah, definitely.
So what's it like to be playing them in the home opener this weekend? Do you have family coming into town?
No family coming in. No, it's really cool though. I grew up a Giants fan because my dad grew up in San Francisco. I kind of already had my fanboy session in spring training because we had faced them, and I got to say what's up to Brandon Crawford. Kind of told because he's a local Bay Area kid too, so I talked to him. I'm hoping I can get to first base and say the same thing to Brandon Belt because those two are like the cornerstones of that dynasty they had. So I'm really excited to play them.
And Posey was your favorite player. Did you model yourself on any Giants players in particular, like especially with your hitting or anything?
No, not model my hitting. I would say Buster Posey was my favorite like figure player, but like Ichiro I think was really my favorite player growing up. He was kind of the one I want to say model my game around because he's pretty different growing up how I am. But like I loved his way to get on base. You know, he had the juice if he wanted to, but he was a special player.
Stephen, has there been a specific moment where everything's kind of like sunken in for you in the last week or so?
No. I think I'm still catching up. I'm still just trying to get my footing. Like I didn't even know where this room was, so I'm just kind of falling behind on a lot of this stuff. I like walked halfway down the hallway and I saw like press conference room and I opened up and it was like pitch black. So just still catching my bearings, trying to catch up. I'm sure it'll sink in soon, but still trying to catch up.
I feel like a dream in a way. You're waiting to wake up.
Yeah, I'm afraid to wake up very soon. It's been amazing so far. It's been a great ride.
Stephen, you hit at like every single level. Like I looked all the way back to your freshman year at Oregon State was the last time you didn't carry a nice batting average. How have you been able to hit quickly and sustain it every time you reach a new level? It seems like you've never had getting acclimated to a period.
Yeah, I think it comes from the process, just being kind of process oriented, not success oriented. Like being like 0 for 5 one day and then kind of not pondering on it. Like I had some good at bats there, you know, maybe the umpire had a strike that I didn't think was a strike. I barreled the ball up right at a guy, just kind of staying positive in those areas and understanding like if I can stick to my plan, I'll find success instead of like 0 for 5, like, oh my gosh, here comes the slump. I think just really focusing on that kind of aspect of the game has been really, really beneficial.
Was Ichiro where you got your swing from? It's very Ichiro-esque.
Yeah, no, I don't try to do it like that, but I think it just kind of happens that way. But yeah, no, I think it's just a coincidence to kind of end up like that.
You went through this unbelievable stretch of swinging and not missing, and then you started doing a lot of media about it. Was there a point where it started to get in the back of your mind? Maybe you were pressing a little bit, or how was your approach?
Yeah, I mean, it was going to happen eventually. It's just kind of happens. Nick Lodolo's an unbelievable pitcher. I faced him a lot in instructs because we share the complex with the Reds in spring training. And I got to see him a lot. I got some swing misses on him there too. So he's a hell of a pitcher. So, you know, hats off to him.
Will you normally go days in between swinging and completely missing?
Yeah, I think so. I think, yeah, I don't really focus on that, but the ones where I swing and miss definitely kind of stick in my head, kind of like, okay, the pitcher got that on me. And it's kind of like all according to like the plan that they have, because I know if they can get a swing and miss, it'll probably come again. So I like to keep that in the back of my head.
How do you stay focused during that and not let that get to you in the back of your head when you hear everyone talk about it?
Yeah, I think just the mental game. I think that I prioritize the mental game a ton, you know, meditation, visualization, affirmations, all that kind of stuff. Just taking kind of a really deep breath, understanding that thoughts are going to flood into your head, and, you know, we are not those thoughts. Those thoughts are just kind of clouds in the sky, and we look for that blue sky. So just ignoring the clouds and looking for the blue sky every time is kind of how I reset.
You told us before opening day started that, you know, you sort of had that period at Oregon State where you learned how to fail and built off that. Obviously, you've gotten off to a good start. Have the conversations with the coaching staff changed at all about your playing time and your consistency after the way you've started the season here?
No, I don't think there's any been extended dialogue in that aspect. Yeah, just trying to continue to help the team. We're on a nice little streak, and I'd like to beat the Giants. That'd be kind of a cool one to write home about. Just hoping to keep it rolling.
This might sound like a strange question, but you've talked a lot about the mental side and how you've prioritized all the different things in your life that allow you to play well. I notice you're wearing a whoop. How does that help you, know what's going on with your body on a daily basis?
Yeah, so this is more like the physical side of my body, but I understand that sleep is a huge part of our recovery and all that. And it's funny, in high school I did not get a lot of sleep at all. I'd probably get like 4 or 5 hours of sleep playing video games up all night. So I didn't really process anything in school. So when I got to college, it was kind of like, all right, like let me start trying to get actually 8 hours of sleep every night and see how that goes. And my attention, my reaction, my just like ability to learn just shot through the roof. So kind of having this whoop is now something I can like have quantifiable data where it's like, okay, I had a good night of sleep, or maybe something wasn't too good, and finding a good routine for that.
Steven Joe Kunz from Guardians Baseball Insider. You bat behind Miles Strauss, stole 30 bases last year. Obviously, you bat in front of Jose Ramirez, one of the best third basemen in baseball. What is it to be able to, be in the middle of two guys like that are always threats on the base path?
Yeah, it's reminiscent of college for me. I batted second sophomore year, and I batted behind Nick Madrigal, and then behind me was KJ Harrison. And obviously, it's not the same from major league to college, but in my eyes, KJ was the best hitter in college baseball, and then Nick was always on base. So kind of having that role of like the in between. Nick and Miles are always going to get on base. I want to make it as annoying as possible for the next guy. So maybe the pitcher's just worn out, and then he's like, all right, I don't want another 9-pitch at bat. Here's a fastball, and then pitches out of the ballpark. So I'm just trying to be a pest, just try to be a good support for the other guys, and yeah, it's been pretty cool.
Steve, we saw the base on the plane, and now it's with the press conference. I mean, can you explain the significance behind the base and why it's literally sitting in front of you right now?
Yeah, I think that was the base for my triple. First career triple, that was really cool, and obviously a big time for the game. I'm excited, though, that they were able to keep that. My mom is going to be over the moon about that. I'm afraid that when I get back home, it's going to be like framed like over their mantle. But I'm excited to have that kind of memorabilia for them.
So are your parents still in Fremont?
Yes, they're still in Fremont.
What are their names?
Ray Kwan and Jay Kwan.
What's the name of the private school you went to as a kid?
Challenger in Sunnyvale, yeah.
When did you guys move to Fremont?
We'd always lived in Fremont. We used my, well, maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but we used my grandma's address for the private school. So, yeah, but always lived in Fremont for that one. But yeah, always lived in Fremont.
What was the name of that travel team you mentioned earlier?
I was kind of a bounce around, so I play with a lot, but the ones that stick out were like NorCal Grizzlies, Taboo, Bomber Z Baseball, out in like the Sacramento area, San Diego Show. Those were some cool ones.
So you were that mercenary that got signed for tournaments?
Yeah, unfortunately, I was that guy.
You had a lot of addresses.
Yeah. Breaking all the rules.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for your time.
Sweet.
man.
Thanks, guys.